The Tale of Peter Rabbit. Once upon a time, there were 4 little bunnies. Their names were Flopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail, and Peter. They lived with their mama in a small, cosy house under a big tree. One morning, Mama Rabbit woke up her little bunnies and said, "My dear little bunnies, you can go outside and play today, but remember, do not go into Mr. McGregor's garden. You must stay away from that place." "Why, Mama?" Peter asked. Mama Rabbit sat down and said, "Because Mr. McGregor doesn't like bunnies. If he sees you in his garden, he will get very angry. It is dangerous there." Peter looked curious, but Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail nodded. "We will be good, Mama," they said. "I'm going to the store now," Mama said. "Be good while I'm gone." She gave them a kiss and put on her shawl. Then off she went. Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail went down the path to pick some berries. They had little baskets, and they were excited to find sweet berries to eat. "Let's fill our baskets with yummy berries," said Flopsy. "I love berries," said Mopsy. "I'm going to find the biggest one," said Cottontail. But Peter, oh no. Peter didn't want to pick berries. He was thinking about something else. He was thinking about Mr. McGregor's garden. "I want to go to the garden," Peter whispered to himself. "There are big, yummy vegetables there." Flopsy, Mopsy, and Cottontail saw Peter walking away. "Pete, come pick berries with us," called Flopsy. "Yeah, don't go far," said Mopsy. "Stay here," said Cottontail. But Peter shook his head. "No. I'm going to the garden. It will be fun," he said. And with a hop, 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 Peter started running towards Mr. McGregor's garden. Peter ran all the way to the garden. He saw the tall gate and squeezed under it. "I made it," Peter said, feeling happy. Inside the garden, Peter's eyes got big. There were rows and rows of vegetables. "Wow, so much food," Peter said. "There's lettuce, there's carrots, and there's cabbages too. I want to eat them all." Peter's tummy was rumbling. "I'm so hungry," he said. So Peter started to eat. He ate some lettuce. Crunch, crunch. He ate some carrots. Munch, munch. He even ate some radishes. Yum, yum. Peter ate and ate until his tummy felt very full. "Oh, that was so good," Peter said, rubbing his belly. But just then Peter heard a loud sound. Thump, thump, thump. It was footsteps. Peter turned around and saw Mr. McGregor. He was a tall man with a big hat. He had a shovel in his hand and he looked very angry. "You, stop right there, you naughty little rabbit!" Mr. McGregor yelled. Peter's heart started beating fast. "Oh no!" Peter cried. "I have to run." Peter jumped up and started to run as fast as his little legs could go. "Hop, hop, hop! I need to get out of here." But Peter didn't know where the gate was. He looked left and right, but he couldn't find it. He ran through the garden, dodging the vegetables, trying to escape. "Come back here, you naughty rabbit!" shouted Mr. McGregor. He chased Peter all around the garden, waving his shovel. Peter was so scared. His ears were flopping and his little feet were moving so fast. "Where's the gate? Where's the gate?" Peter said. He was feeling very lost. Then Peter saw a small tool shed. "I can hide in there," Peter thought. He ran inside and saw a big watering can. He jumped into the can and hid. "Shh, I have to be very quiet," Peter whispered. His nose was twitching, but he stayed still, hoping Mr. McGregor wouldn't find him. Mr. McGregor came into the shed. "Where are you, little rabbit?" he said, looking around. He looked behind the door. He looked at the tools. But he didn't see Peter. Peter was very scared. He didn't make a sound. After a while, Mr. McGregor said, Maybe that rabbit ran away." He walked out of the shed and back to his garden. Peter waited a little bit longer. He wanted to make sure Mr. McGregor was really gone. "Phew, I think it's safe now," Peter said. Then Peter jumped out of the watering can. His heart was still beating fast, but he was ready to leave. "I have to find the gate," Peter said. "I need to go home." Peter ran through the garden, looking for the way out. Finally, he saw the gate. "There it is," Peter cried. He squeezed under the gate and ran as fast as he could all the way home. "Home, home, home," Peter said. When Peter got home, he was so tired. His ears were drooping and his fur was dirty. His clothes were all torn from running. Peter opened the door quietly and tiptoed inside. But Mama Rabbit was there waiting for him. "Peter, where have you been?" Mama asked. She looked at Peter's dirty clothes and knew right away. Peter looked down at his feet. He didn't want to tell Mama the truth. I went to Mr. McGregor's garden," Peter whispered. Mama Rabbit sighed. "Oh, Peter, I told you not to go there. Mr. McGregor's garden is very dangerous. You must always listen to me," she said, gently but firmly. "I'm sorry, Mama," Peter said, feeling sad. "I won't do it again." "I'm glad you're home safe, Peter," Mama said, hugging him. "Now it's time for bed." Peter was so tired. He didn't want supper. Mama made him a little tea and tucked him into bed. "Rest now, Peter," Mama said softly. "You've had a big day." Peter yawned and snuggled under his blanket. "Good night, Mama," Peter said. His eyes were closing. He was very, very sleepy. "Good night, Peter," said Mama, giving him a kiss. Meanwhile, Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail were still outside. They had picked lots of berries and came back home with full baskets. "We picked so many berries, Mama," said Flopsy. "We had fun," said Mopsy. "We didn't go near the garden," said Cottontail. Mama smiled at her good little bunnies. "You can have bread, milk and berries for supper," she said. Flopsy, Mopsy and Cottontail sat down to eat, happy and safe. As for Peter, he learned an important lesson that day. From then on, Peter tried to listen to his mama. Most of the time. The end.